Let me just check my live stream's working. Yeah, okay, it's working. Fine. So I'm here and I am sharing my screen. Okay, I hope you guys are able to see my screen now. Okay, so yesterday when I was connecting to OpenSea, for some reason I had to disconnect my wallet because I had to show you guys how to set up a new wallet. But today I have logged in through my own wallet, so it won't be a problem today for us. We can straight dive in through our topics and okay, let me start from here. Going on OpenSea.io. Again, I would say these websites, don't go on Google and click on them. Remember the websites, type it on the search bar and go directly from there. Okay, like you can see, my logo has already appeared here, which means that I have already connected my wallet. But if you're coming on OpenSea for the first time, go on the rightmost side, click on wallet, and a MetaMask extension would appear. And for having the MetaMask extension, you have to make sure that you are clicking you are doing this on Google Chrome browser, because it does not even work on Safari nor on Opera or Brave. It works on Google Chrome. So in Google Chrome, you can have the MetaMask extension downloaded, and then when you connect wallet, it will ask you multiple options if you want to connect with MetaMask or anything else like Trust Wallet. In Trust Wallet, you have to connect with something called Connect Wallet Connect. But right now we are doing MetaMask. So you just click this, select MetaMask, sign in through your MetaMask, and this particular thing appears, which says that, these are the things I have right now. So I have Ethereum, which is the normal Ether, and I have this pink Ether, which is called the wrapped Ether. Now, yesterday I explained you, wrapped Ether is used when I want to go for auctions and I want to bid for something, bid for an NFT, that's when I use wrapped ether. So this is wrapped ether here in this case. Okay, so I have both ETH and WETH with me. So here we are on OpenSea, and say for example, if you want to create your own NFT, you can go here on create. But if you want to explore what are the sort of NFTs available, so for today's, there is a feature of Cybertrans Punk number 43 by Bobby the Coyote, who's the owner of this. And then there are these notable drops that have happened. We all know about Goblin Town. These have been one of the very recent hypes in the NFT market, where they came up with their own language. I think the first ever NFT project to not even have a Discord, and they proved that a community can exist without Discord as well, and even without utilities. So the two most things that we always talk about NFT is that, you need to think about the community, you need to think about the utility. They proved it that a community can exist even without Discord, and a project can exist even without utilities. But I would say why they could exist without utility was for the sole reason that they were free. Free means that, there was no charge for paying for this NFTs. You only had to pay a minor gas fees, which you anyways does not go to Goblin Town. It goes to obviously the miner who's sitting on the blockchain, right? So there were minor fees, only the minor fees, the gas fees were taken in this case, and the mint was absolutely free. But now the amazing thing here is, say for okay, I'll just click on Goblin Town and explain you, for example. So you see, they came up with a very unique language. Oh, goblins, 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 welcome to Goblin Town. So they have their own way of saying the same thing, but they have written it in a different way. Okay, Krusty Butt, the Goblin King, say GM, Dead Gen, Ruts, Queenie, say hello, sweeties. Okay, that's all. Bye bye. So they sort of invented a fun way around a language, and they identify themselves. The tribe identify themselves with this language, and they do Twitter Spaces, and they have nice comical way of just putting out in the NFT, and they are a vibe already. And so much so that they're something that people were able to mint for free. The floor price is actually at 6.4 ether, which means free money, right? The pretty good part about this is that it is really distributed well. It is not like, someone came in and bought in all of the NFTs. If it says that, 10,000 NFTs are there, and there are probably 4,600 owners, which means we can sort of assume that probably, each owner has two on average, and that's how 50% of distribution this project already has. And they made 6.4 ether as the floor price. Floor price means which what is the out of the entire 10,000 NFTs, the cheapest NFT is for how much? So that's 6.4 ether. Okay, and the total volume is basically how much volume transactions have happened. So for 23,900 ether worth of transactions has happened for this entire project. And this is an important metric when it comes to see the success of a project. You can see like how much hyped it has been, that so many people have been involved in the buying and selling of this particular thing. Now the beautiful part here which I like is that if I am to buy any Goblin Town, I'll just click on any one random Goblin Town and I can see here something called details. And here in details I see that the creator fees is 7.5%. So you see the first mint that happened, you mean the primary mint of these 10,000 NFTs, they were for free. So literally Goblin Town creator did not get any money, but it was the gas price and the gas fees went to the miner. So which means that Goblin Town did not earn anything out of it, right? But in the secondary market, say for example, if I was one owner of Goblin Town, and say for example, if this was my Goblin Town, I mean, I just hope it was my Goblin Town, but sadly it's not. So let's just assume that this is my Goblin Town, and I'm okay to sell this for 1.5 ether today. Now when I am selling this for 1.5 ether, I'm not going to get the entire 1.5 ether in my account. Why? Because 2.5% will go off as OpenSea fees. That's the platform fees that OpenSea will take. There'll be some gas fees involved, which will also go off. And then there will be a creator fee, which means that now the Goblin Town creators will get a 7.5%, which means that of all the transaction that has happened till now, right? I mean, you can just a sort of a rough estimation in the 23,900 ether that have been going around in the market, the transactions that have happened, at least 7.5% of this has gone to the creator for a free mint that got people excited, that sort of gave everyone an experience that you literally do not need to have money in order to experience what an NFT minting looks like. And brought in so many people, brought in 4,600 people inside. They got interested in minting that NFT. The interesting part was that they at first Goblin Town did not earn anything out of it, but now in every transfer Goblin Town creators are getting 7.5% out of it. And that's how Goblin Town creators have also made money. So it's sort of a win-win situation for all the people involved here. So anytime you enter any project, something which you have to keep in mind, I would also tell you what are the possible scams that can happen. So for example, goblintown.wtf became very famous, and now somebody wants to mimic them, wants to create something similar with basically this, LIN. So this, instead of I, there'll be double L, and our eyes would read it as Goblin Town only, and then we'll be like, okay, probably this looks like the same thing, and we might end up buying a wrong NFT altogether. So the things we have to be completely sure of, that say for example we have this blue check here. This blue check comes only to verified collections in OpenSea. Sometimes what people do, in order to fake a blue check, they put this blue check inside the image. Okay, they create the logos within the image, and in the image they put the blue check, and you think probably that this is a blue check from OpenSea, and that's why it's a verified one. But actually it's not verified. The blue check has to be outside and on the text, and not inside the image. So these are few things which we need to keep in mind. The other way of checking if this is a legit collection, because not all legit collections would have a verified check mark. Some people take time to get the check mark, right? The original blue check mark. So for that case, you can check their contract address, and with their official Discord or Twitter, you can check if the contract address is the same. And that would be the perfect way to go ahead and say that yes, this is coming from the official collection, and that you're not entering a wrong collection. Okay, and then there will be the official links are going to be here as well. Say for example, on Etherscan, you can see how they have done. You can see their own website where the primary mint must have happened, and all the details about if they had a roadmap and everything would come on the website. Twitter, that there also the ownership is verified. They have linked it properly. So you can see there is no Discord here because they did not come up with a Discord. And add to watch list means, say for example, if I am interested in buying a Goblin Town, but right now I feel that 6.25 ether is not that much of an amount I want to spend. Probably if it comes down to 1 ether, I can think of buying Goblin Town. So what I can do, I can just put this to my watch list, and there'll be a signature request every time I do any sort of, I click something, there'll be a signature request. These requests do not cost any crypto, so no problem. I can just go ahead and sign in. And you saw on OpenSea I was able to sign in, and now it is added to my watch list. So now if I view, these are some of the NFTs that I'm following. Okay, these are some of the NFTs I wanted to get inside, and I have just kept all of them in watch list. So every day morning I don't have to literally open all of these separately. I can just come here and I can see, okay, in my watch list, Curious Addies Trading Club, the floor price had come down to 0.13. Okay, nice. So in the last day average, it has been 1. The volume total they have done is 1.5 ETH. Okay, but in the last 24 hours it has depreciated 11%, and in last 7 days it has depreciated 33%. And there are 2,200 owners of 5,000 items, approximately 50% distribution, which is good enough. Censored is one of the projects I'm already a owner of. You by BFF, I've already told you about this. Azuki is one amazing project. BFF, Friendship Bracelets Associated, both of them. World of Women, another one of the first women projects of NFT. The Superlative Secret Society, I was very excited about minting this project. I started seeing this project when this was 0.7 ether something, and now it has come down to 0.03. So good that I did not invest. It was one amazing project which you will find a lot of NFT whales would hold Superlative Secret Society, and it had really good perks. But for some reason, the project didn't do really well, and their floor price has really tanked. They will bounce back, but at this point, I'm not sure of that. Dead Fellas has been an amazing community, and they are one of the NFTs that come up with their own copyrights. Which means that if you have one particular Dead Fellas token, that particular image, you can do anything you want with that image. You can create your own show out of it. You can create your own movie where your own animated character can be your Dead Fella NFT that you own. You can put it in your shoes, you can put it in your clothes, you can put it in your skateboard, you can put it anywhere because you own the IP of that, and it is on you to decide how you want to choose, how you want to put your Dead Fellas to use. So that is one amazing quality of Dead Fellas. They have recently been very much hyped when they partnered with Coinbase, and they keep partnering with other people. And so recently the person behind Dead Fellas also showed her face. She's a lady, Betty. She's called Betty, and she showed her face on the VCon, and that was also an amazing way. And then this is an amazing project. They keep coming with something or the other. And then Bored Ape Yacht Club, you all know about. Goblin Town, I just added in front of all of you on the watch list. So this is one interesting way to see, where in one place itself I can find, okay, what is the thing happening with all these NFTs and how should I go about it. So there are 11,000 items in this, 6,000 owners, but in last 40 days it has tanked 40%, and 50% in the last 24 hours, which means that the condition is even going bad. These are not recovering, but these are actually going more down. But in the case of Dead Fellas, if you see, in 7 days they have gone down, but in the last 24 hours their value has increased, which means that sort of they are bouncing back. Probably they are going upside, but let's see where they go. So these are certain hacks of seeing all your NFTs together. This one is very interesting, particularly Curious Addies Trading Club. So this is one of the person I really look up to in Web3 space. He's called Ben Yu, and he's a person who has invested $21 million into a lot of NFTs, and then he came up with his own collection called Curious Addies Trading Club. The best part about this NFT is its utility, and the utility is that if you are a holder of Curious Addies, you would get their courses in crypto and NFTs for free. where he talks about how to set up, if you want to be a web3 developer, if you want to write your own code in NFTs, how you do that, or how do you, I mean, introduction to NFTs or introduction to crypto. So he's created some amazing courses with NAS Academy, and those courses will be available to all the curious addies holders for free. The courses which are worth, like, say, one course is worth 15,000, another course is worth 30,000. So all, say for example, about 50 to 60,000 worth course material comes to us for free. And obviously a Discord community which is always there to solve your questions, any doubts that you have, they are there. So okay, before I go to the next part, I want to see if there's any questions. uh, Harshit says followed you on Twitter. Thank you so much, Harshit. Harshit loves Creator. I too, me too, Harshit. I mean, same pinch. I too love Creator. Harris, he wanted to know if New York Stock Exchange is coming out with their own NFTs. Is that true or false information? Because I feel if they take out something like that, it'll boom, right? Harris, it really depends. I think, I'm sorry, I don't have this information firsthand right now. I can surely check it for you, and probably tomorrow when I come back for streaming, I can update you on that information. But if you want to really be updated with such information, if you want to see if that information is right or wrong, you can literally go to their websites or to their Twitter handles and see if they have made some announcement like that. And if something like New York Stock Exchange comes up with NFTs, I think there would be a lot of buzz in the market already. Or probably, did you think that they were talking about ETF and you said NFT? Because that also could be a way. I think it could be more probable that they're coming up with an ETF and not an NFT. But in either case, if something of this sort of news comes out, there'll be a lot of NFT and crypto channels like Cointelegraph and all. They'll come up with first-hand information about all this, and I mean, that's where you can check. But the most trusted information is going to be from their own official handle. So if you try finding out on their own official handles, you'll have first-hand information. Sumaya says, do both the ETH you hold have different values? Sumaya, it's a very good question. So wrapped ether and ether are always same in value. If I have one ether, uh, if I convert one ether into one wrapped ether, the equivalent dollar amount is going to be the same only. It is basically, I converted that ether into wrapped ether for a certain project that I wanted to buy in, and I used up that money already. The leftover amount is only $33 or something. So it depends on us how much we want to transfer. But as far the value goes, whatever value of ether exists in the present day market right now, the same would be your wrapped ether's price as well. The value is going to be the same. um, how did they become famous or reliable? What exactly, Preetham, are we talking about? How did they become famous or reliable? Who became famous and who became reliable? I would love to answer that question once you reframe the question. Okay, so let me go back. I hope I answered the questions until here. And okay. Okay, so coming back here, say for example, I'm here at Curious Addies, but okay, I wouldn't want to tell you more about this now. I've already. So these are all the category of NFTs that are available on OpenSea. Say OpenSea already has NFTs on three blockchains right now. One is Ethereum, the main. The next is Polygon, where you want, if you think that you don't want your buyer or someone else who would buy NFTs from you to not waste a lot of money on gas price, then you can go the option. You can go for the option of Polygon. The third option is Solana, and they have recently started. You can see here the Solana NFTs that has come out as a different category altogether. So, if I go in exploring one by one, and if I go on the trending ones, you can see Cyberkongs. So yes, this was the same project that I told that if you have the Genesis version of Cyberkongs, you would get some Kongs token every day. So basically, that is your incentive to be holding that NFT for a longer time, because you're getting free money every day. So these are some of the NFTs, the collection that you can see, and all of theirs. What's the name of the collection, by whom that collection is, and what is a short introduction of that particular collection would come up here. If you go on top, so right now we all know that Goblin Town is actually the craziest NFT project existing, because if you see, there's one more metric to understand these NFTs, and that is statistics. So if you go in rankings, and if you want to see for last 24 hours what are the NFTs that have been the best performing NFTs, then you would see that Boki collection, it did totally 3,137 ether in volume, and they grow by 1,600 percentage in just 24 hours, and they grew by 70% in 7 days, which means they just took off yesterday. Probably in the last 24 hours they just got too famous. So we can actually go on their website or Twitter handle and see that what sort of announcement did they do that got them so much famous, and that could be one of our research points to understand that if this is an investable project or not. So Goblin Town, you would see that Goblin Town had actually passed Bored Ape Yacht Club, has passed Moonbirds. These are some of the amazing NFTs that have existed in the market today, for I mean, the top NFTs in the market today. And Goblin Town has sort of flipped all of them to come on a second position. But in the last 24 hours, they have gone down by 58%, which means it might be the end of hype, and now they are coming back to their original prices, probably. But anything that you minted for free is anyways a free money. Even if it goes up for point 0.1, you still earn money, which came to you for free anyways. So yeah, I mean, that's the sort of thing that we need to understand. This metric is very important always, that out of 10,000, how many are the actual holders. Like here, if you see, out of 10,000, only 3,000 people are holding all the collection, which means that there is a high chance that there are people who are holding a lot of NFTs. And say, probably if those people lose value in that project, what those people will do, they would try to dump, they would try to sell off. And because they will try to sell, the selling pressure will be so much on the project that they will collectively bring down the floor price of the project. So this is a very important metric to decide if you want to get inside a project or not. If you see that the project is mainly owned by few people, then that could be a red flag. That could be a red flag that there is a chance that this project might pump or might dump soon. But if you see that there are more number of people holding those limited NFTs, then you can be like, okay, so there are a lot of people who believe in this project, a lot of people who are still holding, and probably the selling pressure might not be that high. And I mean, the next point to decide would obviously be to be a part of that Discord community and understand what sort of vibe that particular project and those people bring. So like this one is good, right? Bored Ape, in 10,000 Bored Ape, 6,300 people own it, which means there are few people who own more than two, but then still it is a pretty good distributed project. We can say that there's no one whale that is holding a lot of part of it, which means that's a good distribution. Another way to check this distribution would probably be, say for example, if I am going to Bored Ape, okay, so I click on Bored Ape, and then I go on Etherscan. So now what Etherscan is, so basically any transaction that is happening on the Ethereum blockchain, even if that is transferring ether currency, or it is transferring an NFT, or it is relating to anything that is related to ether, you can find all of its history and everything on Etherscan. So this Etherscan is like a like I would say, like how we have Windows Explorer in our laptops, right? Windows Explorer is where you'll find all the files, all the folders related that are there in our computer. So this is like the Windows Explorer of Ethereum, where you can find everything that is happening in Ethereum. So if I have to just go on Etherscan homepage, you will see right now Ether price is this much. Equivalent in Bitcoin, it is 0.05. These many transactions are happening, and these many 12.4 transactions per second are happening. The gas price right now is around 51 gwei, which is the base fee. Base price is 51, which is equivalent to somewhat $1.88. And this is the how many transactions have happened in the last 14 days. What is the difficulty of the hash rate now? What is the hash rate? what's the market cap, everything, and what are the latest transactions. So somebody from this address sent 0.25 ether to this address. So that is somewhere where we can understand. Say for example, if my transaction was here, you could have seen that from yashika.eth, 1.42 ether went to harshit.eth, which means that our usernames are instead of the 0x blah 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 wallet address, it could be our names, which makes it more simpler. And this is for the miners, that who are the miners who are actually mining it, how much did they get recently. So this particular miner got 2.5 ether as block reward. So these are for all the blocks that are validated by the miners. Now let's go back to the Bored Ape thing. So this is the contract address of the Bored Ape Yacht Club. Okay. So for example, if someday you were involved, you wanted to get a Bored Ape, but you got a link which took you to some other NFT, then you should probably go and check if the contract address is the same. And where will you get the original contract address? You got it here on Etherscan, and then you can go and check in their official channels if this is their own contract, original contract address. And this is going to be a very useful information for you. Okay, right now in their contract there is no balance. There's 0.01 ether, whose value is $17. And these are the transactions that have happened in the Bored Ape contract. So last 25 minutes ago, somebody got in a Bored Ape. So I mean, what value? Probably it has only been a transfer, and it has not been a sale or a purchase, and that's why the value is 0 ether. So if I have to just click that transaction, I can understand from which wallet it went to. It went to a contract, so it did not go to a wallet, but somebody interacted with the Bored Ape contract right now, and that's written here clearly. And the value was 0 ether, which meant they minted something for free, probably something like that, or they interacted with the token, where they just paid the gas price, which was equivalent to $4. And this was the gas price in ether. And you can see everything related to the transaction here. Now the point I wanted to talk to you about was about the distribution. And in distribution, what you should do, you should click on Etherscan, and when you come here, go on token tracker. So when you come here to token tracker, you see Bored Ape Yacht Club, and here you will see that max total supply of Bored Ape Yacht Club is 10,000 BAYCs, of which right now 6,264 holders are there, and till today 74,200 times these 10,000 BAYCs have been transferred from the contract to the wallet, from wallet to another wallet. And this is how it has been. So this gives you a fair idea of how the distribution has been, and this gives you an exact idea of it. I mean, you can be 100% sure of this data that comes up from Etherscan. This is the contract address, like I told you previously, and this is their official site, and it gives you all the data and everything. Okay, so these are some ways to check what is important here. Okay, so after I have spoken about this, I think it's time to come back and ask if you had to ask something. Okay, so Preetham says, but how do I differentiate between a good or bad NFT for long-term investment? Uh, Preetham, for that, I would say that I just did a stream on Tuesday, I think. Yes, on Tuesday, this Tuesday, where I spoke about, what are the metrics to check if a project is good. And I think those metrics, if you can consider following me here, so that you can go back on my stream and check. And when you check that stream, you will understand what are the important metrics to identify a good project versus a bad project. Okay. I hope that makes sense, and I hope all of the others are here and are learning something. If you have any question, guys, just drop it here, and I'll be more than happy to answer. And now I'm going to share the trick to understand, and that trick is going to be, wait, let me just share my screen again. Okay, yeah. So now we are going to talk about, okay, the token ticker I have explained you. Yes. So now if I have to, for example, buy a Bored Ape, Okay, I'm talking about something far-fetched, I know, but if I get interested that okay, I have done all my research and I understood that Bored Ape is an amazing project and I want to buy in Bored Ape and I want to buy one Bored Ape. Now which Bored Ape should I buy? Should I buy Bored Ape, which is the cheapest one? Right now the cheapest Bored Ape which is available outright for sale is which one? Can someone tell me? So there's one Bored Ape for 60 ether, which is on bid. There's another bid for 69.69 ether. There's another bid for 70 ether. There's another bid for 78.75, one for 88, and then there is one for 94.69. Which one you think is outright available for me to buy? Out of these six NFTs that I have showed you, which one do you think is outright available for me to buy? Anybody? Kajal asks, as a beginner, how do I create a community for my NFT project? Sure, Kajal, I would talk about that. But before that, I want you guys to answer me this question. Out of these six NFTs, which one do you think is outright available? If I have this sort of budget, so for example, if I have 100 Ether with me right now, which one do you think I can buy outright out of all this? Anybody? Okay, so until you guys answer me, I'll tell you that you see that in these all these NFTs, this is pink, this is pink, this is pink, here it is pink, here it is pink, and here it is black. Which means the pink NFTs, the pink ones, the pink ether ones are all the NFTs which are on bid right now, which means that the price of it is actually 74. I mean, the last sale of it actually happened on 75 ether, but there is a buyer who's ready to offer 60 ether for the same. So there is a scope of negotiation, and that person feels that he wants to give it for 60 bid. So say for example, if I thought that okay, this is the cheapest, I want to buy it, I literally cannot buy because there is no option of buying here right now. The only option I have here for this NFT right now is to place a bid. And how do I place the bid? 1 second. Okay, so I said that in this one you saw that there is no place of making this. There's no place of buying this NFT right now. There's only an option of placing a bid, and placing a bid means that right now this particular holder of the NFT is open to offers from the people. Say for example, if I feel that this NFT's last price was, you can check here, you can come down and you can see all the sort of transfers that have happened related to this NFT. So this NFT was minted about a year ago, and from the contract it came to someone called Tweety. Okay, so that person Tweety actually sold it for 0.46 ether. Wow. I mean, imagine the fate of Tweety right now, how that person would be feeling that he sold this NFT for 0.46 ether, and now from 0.46 ether he sold it to Goop. And now what did Goop do? He sold it for he sold there was a bid for 6.15 ether. Now how can I say there was a bid? Because you can see there is a pink ether symbol here, which means that it was wrapped ether, which means that so this person put it on auction. This person Goop put it on auction, and he got a bid from Lady Gaga for 6.15 ether. And at that time Goop felt that okay, I need money and 6.15 looks like a good amount, let me accept this bid. And he accepted the bid, for which for 6.15 ether it went to Lady Gaga. Now Lady Gaga sold this for 15 ether. You can see here it is black, which means that she listed it for 15 probably, and somebody bought it for 14.9 ether. And then from there, there have been so many transfers. All these are transfers, which means that there was no sale, but it got transferred from one to another, from MJBR to Avex Capital, from Avex Capital to Avex Vault, which means that same person had so many wallets probably, and he was trying to just transfer the NFTs between his different wallets. So first he put it in MJBR, then he put it in Avex Capital, then he put it in Avex Vault, then he put in Avex Personal. So you can understand that this is the same person who's transferring his own NFTs from here to other. And the day he thought that he wants to sell that NFT, he actually sold it, but he sold it to his own self. So you see here it's Alex Walt only who's got it. So now from Alex personal, the NFT got transferred to Alex Walt, and now the holder is Alex Walt, and he has put it up for on auction. And now for the auction, you can see how many people have put a bid. Somebody told that they want to buy it for just $0.01. Somebody is ready to buy it for $1.23. Someone bidding for 1.76. Definitely, I mean, if somebody bought it for 75 ether, he's not going to sell for $1 or $3, right? But I think why people still make these sort of bids is because you never know. Sometimes there have been cases where people don't want to accept the bid, but somehow with a mistake they tend to just press on that, and by fault, uh, with a complete 100% mistake of theirs, they actually sell it for way, way, way lesser. Or sometimes people just put a price on it and leave thinking that, okay, whenever this particular collection will go to 10 ether, probably I'll get my 10 ether. Say right now, if a collection is only, the floor price is around zero point 0.1 ether, but I bought that NFT and I feel that, okay, I want to place it, I want to list my NFT for 10 ether. Now right now 10 ether is a very far-fetched thing, but what if tomorrow that entire collection floor price is going around 10 ether and I forgot to cancel my listing? Now in that case, what will happen? Somebody, because I had already listed on 10 ether, they will buy it and it will get accepted because I literally listed it out for 10 ether that time. So these are some of the times when that the seller feels like, oh my god, I did not want to sell it. Either I could have increased the price, or by mistake I pressed it. I did not want to sell it at for this low. So these are the ways that these people just try their luck. Probably, you never know, because of a mistake, what if they end up getting this. So you see, there have been bids for zero point 0.4, and then there have been bids for 6 ether, and then somebody bid for 60 ether as well. So all sorts of, somebody asked me why one should build on a blockchain. I think it is right in front of you. The entire journey of this NFT was very much visible to me by just seeing these transactions, and I could understand what has been the transaction, how it has got transferred in several wallets of the same person of Avex, and how, when he bought it, why he bought it, what time he bought it, for how much did he buy it, how many people have been bidding on this piece, and all the details can be got here, and that is the power of blockchain. I don't know who this person is. He might be someone from a remotest part of the world, but I don't even need to know that person, because I know everything what is here is truth, and that because it is coming from the blockchain. And that's the beauty of blockchain, right? So now the thing here is that the bid can be placed, and for placing the bid I need wrapped ether in my account, but right now I only have 0.019 ether, and the lowest bid right now accepted is 60, which they are saying that at least you need to pay 63 ether, but I can just try my luck and say 0.019, which is a very chindi, very, very, very chindi of me to buy a board ape on $33, but I don't mind. Let me try. What if it goes through? What if I am lucky and because of all my creator friends, I get this luck that those people get interested, and by some mistake he's ready to sell me out for $33. You never know. So you see here there is the signature request here, and in this signature request, as soon as I uh, select this one, and okay, there's this entire thing and I can sign, but I don't think I'm able to sign right now. And why am I not able to sign? Okay, yeah, so I came completely down and the sign symbol got agreed, and now I have placed my bid probably. So my offer is submitted successfully, and somewhere here you can see my offer later, but then it really depends on that particular person. He has written that the sale will end on June 28th, which means on June 28th this person will decide if he wants to accept an offer or not, or even before that, if he decides that he wants to accept someone's offer, he can accept it and this will go out to them. Now here one more thing to understand is that in the Bored Ape of 10,000 collection, this token number is 2815, which means this is the 2815th piece out of the 10,000 collection, and this is owned by Alex Walt. We could all see 23,800 people are actually have actually shown interest. I mean, have actually watched this NFT and they were thinking about buying this, whereas 603 people were interested and they favorited it, so that it can come out as a separate collection altogether. Say, for example, if I get interested in this particular piece because I research about it and I find that this is a very rare piece and I want to buy it, I can literally put it on my favorites and I can go here on my profile and check my favorites here. So I go here on my favorites, and in the favorites, I'll find all the NFTs that I was interested in. So this NFT that I'm interested in, last bid was 75 Ether. This is one of the NFTs that I was interested in, the Meta Key, and the last price was 0.175. So if I'm interested, if 0.175 is a cool deal for me, probably I can go and buy. Adidas Original, which I was supposed to buy at zero point 0.2 Ether, is now at 1.3 Ether. And then, I was interested in this unstoppable domain. I accept Bitcoin crypto. So all these are the things that I was interested in. So favorite is a way to, so watch list is a way to see how that project has done, and favorite is a way to show your interest in one particular NFT and see how that NFT does. Okay. Now, like I said, that if I want to explore which BAYC should I buy out of the 10,000 BAYC that are there, which BAYC should I buy? So for that, out of these 10,000, which one is going to be much more rare? So there are always traits. Okay, if you have attended previous of my classes, you will see that all the NFTs that we created, we put some trait in there, right? Like we put background color, if there is any text or not. Same way, every NFTs has a trait. So for this particular NFT, what are the traits? The background is orange color. Okay, I can see that the background is orange. And then you can see that only 13% of the entire 10,000 collection has orange color, which means out of 10,000 NFTs, 130, right? No, 1,300 NFTs have orange color background. And then silver stud. Okay, I can see there's a silver stud here. So silver stud earring, only 8% have this. Bloodshot in the eyes, you can see, okay, this is red eyes, and only 8% have this. Pink fur, okay, there is a pink fur, the body is pink furred, only 5% have this. Fisherman's hat, only 3% have this, which means it is sort of a rare one, right? A rage, 3%. So the sort of expression this guy is having, this ape is having, is a rage expression. So it is these properties that will actually help me analyze that if this NFT is going to be much more valuable in the future or not. So you can see back here in the collection that although there are 10,000 NFTs, one NFT is priced at 60, and there is another NFT which is priced at 112. So why is this difference? Because there are a difference in the characteristic of that. Like here you see it, its eyes are popping out. Here the eyes are red. Here the eyes are crying. Here he has a cigar to smoke. Here he's having bunny ears. Here the hat is different. So these, depending on the traits, depending on how rare that particular NFT is, the price is going to be separate. So either I can go from low to high. If mine is like, okay, I don't mind whatever NFT I get, all I want is the cheapest one so that I can flip it later for a higher amount of money. In that case, I should go for price low to high. If I'm like, no, I want to buy something which is, like the highest price, so that I can flaunt and I can show off that, I have the most priced possession in this NFT, then you can see the highest is priced at I don't know how many ethers. It's 99999 for so many times. And then the next price is as 18,880 ether. Just imagine 18,880 ether. That's like the highest amount they have listed out. But I mean, just listing will not help. There has to be somebody else who's interested to pay this much amount, right? So this is the way to see from highest to lowest. But if I have to see uh, which one recently got sold. Then I can see, okay, this NFT recently got sold. I mean, this did not get sold, of course. I mean, it is just priced at 0.17. That's the best offer it has got. Recently, this NFT, the last price it went was for 90 ether, and now it has gone for 139 ether. That gives me a fair idea of, how this collection is going. Ending soon, which means which NFTs are on auction and when is their thing ending. So you see here in this 42 minutes left, within 42 minutes I can decide if I want to make an offer or I want to buy at current price or not. So because this has a rare combination of rainbow teeth, I mean, very weird though, but I can imagine if I want to buy that or not. And if I want to see highest last sale, which was the highest sale that happened last, then the last sale happened was for 77. No, all these are in wheat. So I can see in the amount of sale as well, and then there is something called most favorited. So which are the NFTs that most of the people love. So here you see 21,900 people love this NFT. So definitely it has something rare in it. That's why people love it. Something which people have viewed most often. Then okay, this 7,400 people have viewed it, and that's favorited it. If I check for views, probably, yeah, okay, that's too much. 9,97,200 views for this NFT, which means it definitely has something rare. Now, if I don't want to go through all this, but I want, if you are like Yashika, I don't want to go through all this. Give me a simpler way to understand that which NFT out of all this is going to be the rarest and which is going to be a best investment. So for that case, what do? We go on a website called raritysniper.com. Okay, Rarity. You can go on Rarity Tools also, and you can also go on Rarity Sniper. I did open. Yeah, this is raritysniper.com. Uh, I was already opened this one. So these are all the NFTs that are available right now, and on which platform they are. Like this one is on Solana, this one was on ETH, and all their information will be available here. So these are the recent ones, the latest collections. But now, if I'm searching for a particular NFT, so I am searching for Bored Ape. So I just write Bored Ape here, and it will tell me 10,000, 6,300 owners. This is the floor price, this is the volume, this is the OpenSea link of it, this is the LooksRare. LooksRare is another NFT place, and then different links: Instagram link, Twitter link, Discord link, website link, everything is here. Okay, now you see that based on rarity, this one is the number one, which is token number 7495, which means out of the 10,000 NFT, the 7,495th NFT is the most higher ranked. Why? Because the earring it has, the cross, that's very rare. The mouth it has, that's very, it has a board dagger in the mouth, the eyes, the fur, the trait count, the hat, the background, the clothes. So all of this is so rare that it makes, altogether it tells you that in this 8 categories, this one is the most rarest, which means that right now on OpenSea, if I want to go and check this one, I can just click OpenSea from here, and the highest offer right now on this is 77 ether. If I feel like this is one of the most undervalued NFT and this is one of the most rarest one, probably I can make an offer if I have that much amount of money, and I'll be like, I want this because this will go for the highest price. I believe it might go. So these are different tools to check. One of it is Rarity Sniper, and where by rarity you can decide if you want to go for the rarest one, and that would pretty much be more valuable in the future. Even if the floor price is around 94, probably this one I can price it at 150, and still people will be ready to pay me 150 because this is more rarer than the others. So this would be one way to check. But if, for example, you don't want to check for the entire collection but for a particular NFT ID, then I can just put that NFT ID here and check that if that NFT, what is the rarity score of it, then I can see how you want to rank it: low to high, high to low, rarity based, or whatever. And based on that, I'll get all the things here. Okay, coming back to questions, let me see if there's any question here. Can we buy and sell the same NFT in the same day? Yeah, you can do that. Nobody can question you on that. I mean, you can sell it the next moment. The only thing is there has to be a buyer who's interested to buy. If there is someone who's interested to buy, it can happen the next moment itself. So that's not a problem. And for example, if you have created an NFT and somebody is already interested in your art and you want to reserve it for a specific buyer, you can also do that on OpenSea. So while creating, there is an option when you go for selling your NFT, it has an option for reserve this NFT for a particular user. So if you do that, everybody else can see the NFT, but they cannot buy or auction it because they don't have that option. That is going to be only reserved for that particular user who you want to sell it out to. So Yashwant, I hope that answers your question. Okay, so guys, any other question? Now I'm going to share one last thing with you all. Okay, thank you, Yashwant, when it made sense to you. Okay, so I asked that one last hack that I'm going to share with you. But before I share that hack, I want to know all of you, are you guys here and how are you feeling? Is it overwhelming? Are you able to understand what I'm saying? Was it simple or is it complicated? How do you feel? Is there any question that you guys have until now? Just come ahead, ask me that. Let me know that you guys are here and you guys are interested, and we'll go to the next part, which is the last and the foremost hack. And this hack is going to be very, very, very useful to you. Why? Because one thing that it comes from Indian developers. That's one thing to be proud of. And when you see this particular hack, you will understand in this that what are the big people who are in this NFT space, who have lots of money to spare. What are those people holding? What are those people buying? What are the sort of projects they are getting in? If we sort of get an idea what those people are getting into, because those people will only get into uh, probably, I mean, that's a condition though, but probably those people would get into something that either they could flip for, or either that has a valuable offering, a valuable utility, or probably if they have their own incentives, like if they are getting inside to pump and dump. It could be anything, but it would definitely be interesting to know what these big people or what these whales are actually trying to buy, right? Wouldn't we want to know and try to figure out if that is the project we want to be interested in? So that is the hack that I'm going to share. But before that, I think Vishishta asked me a question. How do we understand who owns what NFT? I think Vishishta, I just showed you. So in the case of that particular Bored Ape, when I went, I could see that right from the beginning, a year ago, it started, and somebody called that person minted it, and from that they sold it at zero point 0.4 ether, and from zero point 0.4 ether it went to someone else. So that is the sort of transactions I'm able to see. Now next, if you're wanting to understand that who exactly is the owner of this, if you will understand the geography, the photo of that particular guy, no, that's not possible. That's why it's anonymous, and that's why they have these 0x sort of wallet addresses, where only if you know my address, only if you know what is my 0x, and after that is when you will realize, okay, Yashika has bought this. But because I have yashikakhate.eth, at least in yashikakhate.eth also, it becomes a little easier for you to understand who owns what. So it really depends on what sort of profile they have made for themselves, and that's when you understand who owns what. Otherwise, if you want to know the exact specifics of how that person looks like, from where he is, those sort of details you will not get in an NFT transaction. So Vishishta says, suppose Gary Vee owns some NFT which are under the radar. Can we search for what he owns? Oh, that's interesting, Vishishta. So exactly that's what I meant, and that's what my hack is about. This is about, say for example, Gary Vee is a holder of this project, and I get to know his wallet address, and I want to see what are the projects that he's getting into and when he got into. That sort of things are available, and there are tools for that. And there is an Indian developer who came out with an app, I mean with a website, where you can literally connect your wallet and you can see what these big guys are doing. So Do you want me to share that with you guys? I am excited and I want to share this hack, which I think is going to be helpful for a lot of people. So let me share my screen. Okay. So coming back, and here I am sharing that app which is called wall.app. Okay, so you go on wall.app and then you say get alpha. Alpha in NFT means alpha is like those precious NFT projects that will surely flip for a bigger amount where you can make money out of it. So NFTs which are regarded high in the values, those NFTs are called alphas. So it says alphas are out, and it would ask because I already connected my wallet, or else there will be an option here to connect your wallet. And once you press that, your wallet will get connected. And now you can go here and see, okay, say for example, I want to see the CryptoPunks holders, and what are the people in the CryptoPunks community. So I see, okay, this person, rollbot.eth, he is an owner of a CryptoPunk, and he just now received 2 items of Wanna Panda. But you see, he received 2 items, which means that there is a chance that he did not buy it, but someone just transferred it to him just to get his project hyped. Sometimes we think, okay, that this project is so good. Gary Vee is also having it. This person who's a good holder, like say for example, Benny is also having that particular project, and then we see that that NFT is also held by Zeneca, and we feel, okay, if these many big peoples are involved in this NFT, probably this NFT has a lot of value, and I should also enter in. But sometimes what these projects do is these projects actually do not sell their NFTs, or it is not these people who have bought the NFT. So there could be a chance that in this case, rollbot.eth was not interested in Wanna Panda, but because Wanna Panda wanted to establish, big names in the community, he himself for free transferred this NFT to rollbot.eth just to tell people that I got holders of CryptoPunks inside my NFT community. So that could be a case. So that's where it becomes really interesting to see if there was a transfer that happened or if there was a sale that happened. Okay, and that would be a good way of seeing things. Like here you see that this person who's a holder of a CryptoPunk purchased this item of Vcon for 0.22 ETH, which means that he himself went and purchased this Vcon pass, and by purchasing this pass, he has assured that he gets admission to the Vcon. Okay, and this happened on May 19th, which means that he probably went to the Vcon that happened right now in May 2022, and as a part of being there, this is like his proof of admission, and he's getting this NFT in his wallet as a proof of admission. So this guy went and purchased it. You see, there's a difference. Purchased, and then there is received. Same. This person also received 21 NFTs. Probably he did not buy them, but the seller sold him. And then this person went and minted, which means that this project is not even launched yet, or it is in the primary launch stage. This person went on their website and minted from murakami.flowers, and for 0 ETH means this is a free mint. So 2 weeks ago, this person went on murakami.flowers and bought one Murakami flowers for free. So that is the valuable information that we can get here, that how, what did they purchase, what did they receive, and based on that we can decide. So if I think I want to follow someone from VFriends community, then I can go by the VFriends people and see that what they have done. Okay, so see, this man who's a VFriend holder, he just recently purchased one World of Women for 6.49 ether 2 weeks ago. So that gives me a valuable information, which means that it sort of gives me a good idea that World of Women might be a good project, and it definitely is a good project and is one of a stalwart project for women in Web3. So yeah, these are the ways to decide. Other deed is one of the things that has come from the Board Ape Yacht Club as part of a land, and so this Vcon person is interested in other deed and he just minted some recently 2 weeks ago. So this app is going to be very useful for you to understand what are the people of these communities doing. And then if you want to search some particular Ethereum address and you want to see, so for example, if I type my own address. Okay, so yashikakate.eth is here. Let me see if it brings out my information correctly. Yeah, okay. So these are the NFTs I created myself. This NFT I just got today. It's a free NFT mint. I just got today and it's been amazing. This is one of my valuable mints from the async cards. This is one which I minted on my own. So a lot of ones, but yeah, these are the ones that I hold. So it gives me correct information, which means that you can literally, if you get to know what is the wallet address of Gary Vee, or you get to know what is his ENS address, say for example, if it was garyvee.eth, I don't know if that's right, but if for example I get to know, then I can literally go and check. So for example, if this really happens to be Gary Vee's profile, you can know what Gary Vee is holding, and these are all the things that he's holding. Yeah. So he has so many ENS domains in his name, which is amazing. And he has some good ones. Gary Vaynerchuk.eth, of course, but Day Trader, Crypto Advisor. These are very generalized ones, right? Which Tupac Shakur, he's a very iconic person. Mrs. Crypto. So, if anybody, Tomorrowland.eth. So, if Tomorrowland wanted to have their own ENS domain and they wouldn't have it, if Gary Vee has it, they would literally have to pay Gary Vee to get this domain under their name. CryptoWhale.eth. So that is one of the benefits of taking these generalized names as ENS domains, where you can literally get people to pay in case anybody in the world gets interested. Say somebody Gary Vee has something called JesusChrist.eth. So what if the Pope tomorrow wanted to have an ENS domain and he wanted to have it in the name of Christ? He would probably have to pay him or probably make another ENS domain which was not Jesus Christ but something else. So yeah, that's the wonderful things of knowing, having these ENS domains. One more utility where you can just go. I literally don't have to know that person's wallet address, but by just having this data and just assuming that Gary Vee would be his Ethereum name service address, I can just go and check what he has in his own account. Okay, hope that makes sense to all of you. Vishishta, I hope I answered you. Can artists, Payal asks, can artists also join NFTs for their business? Of course, of course. If you are an artist and if you are considering getting into NFTs and if you need any guidance, you can consider getting in touch with me. I'll be more than happy to help you get your collection digitized in the form of NFTs. And for example, if you need any support in the marketing as well, I can help you with that. So Payal, if you are looking to do something like that, you can get in touch with me on Instagram or LinkedIn. I go by the name of Yashika Khated and I can literally help you. So will be cool to talk with you and see what avenues we can explore. So Tarun says, can you look into Neon Genesis collection and also into this? Okay, sorry. Tarun, yes, I would do that. But before I'll answer the question for Kajal, just previous question again, how do we create community for a project? So Kajal, this is $1 million question, and there is no one answer or one strategy that fits every project. Every project has a unique way of building. So recently I got in touch with a founder of a NFT project. He goes by the project name Teddy's, and he has a unique way of building his audience, saying that he does not want to create a hype or a free giveaway or to do something where he comes on Twitter and says free giveaway for everyone who joins my NFT project, who joins my Discord, and show that he has big following. But he says, I am going to launch a 3,000 piece NFT project and I want each of the 3,000 people involved in this community to be personally known to me, that I have a sort of like an application, like he gets to interact with that person, know that person, and build the sort of trust even if it is done virtually, but build that sort of trust with that person and then allow him into the community. So he's trying to add the personal touch, and that way he's trying to build a community. There are people like, say for example, I just spoke to the owner of Zostel. Okay, he's called Dharamveer, and he has planned his own travel NFTs called Zo World. Now what they do in Zo World is they have their own Discord group where they do jamming sessions, where they have guitar sessions, and they'll be like, anytime you go to their Discord, if you're holding their NFT, you can get free services in the way that you can ask, hey, I am here in Mumbai today for a day, and can you figure out and tell me what is a good hotel to stay in this particular budget? And they'll help you. So that is the utility for their NFT. So how they are building by bringing travelers together, bringing the mindset of travelers together, people who are backpackers, people who love sitting by bonfires and playing guitars and stuff like that. So when they do activities like these, they are building their community. So that's their way to build a community. Now there are people who just want to ride the hype. They will come and say that, we are doing free giveaways. I will give away this one NFT out of my 10,000 NFTs for free for whoever follows me on Twitter, gets on my Discord, does this, does that. And then out of then there'll be 30,000 people who will following me, and then I'm going to give away one random person, I'll give away the giveaway. So that's one way of building a community. But the foremost important thing is that your community needs to have trust in your project and needs to believe your project. And if they do believe your project, they will literally stay even if the project tanks down. Even if the value of the NFT goes down, those people will be like, no, we believe in Kajal, we believe in our project, and we believe that we're getting value out of this community. And that's why they don't want to leave. Or probably if you're getting people who are just there to make money out of it, then as soon as they see that the project is going down, and they'll be like, okay, what if this project never comes back to this point? And they'll be the first people to sell out. And then the next thing you know, that even though you had 10,000 owners of 10,000 NFTs, pretty much 9,000 of them were not interested, were in there for the money. And as soon as one person started selling, the entire group started selling, and from a good amount of value, your project came down to zero. So definitely we don't want to build that sort of a community. So there are a lot of people who are like, even if I am holding a very limited amount of NFTs, my project is not 10,000, 20,000 bulky, but it is a limited amount of NFTs, but I want to grow it organically, I want to grow it slowly. There are people like that because they want to build a community, a conviction, and they want to build trust within their community. And there are people who are in there just for the moment. They want to ride the hype and they want to exit with the money. Then those people can build in the other ways. Yeah. So this would be the long answer to your very short question. I hope that made sense to you, Kajal. Tarun, ha ha ha, that's a hype pull. Yes, exactly. So these are the ways things happen. And because I have been associated in the NFT community in the last 1 year, I have literally been into projects. So for example, the Octo Heads, right? So the Octo Heads, when the first version got released, it was by my friend, but that time I literally did not relate to the art, so I did not literally get inside the project. But I saw that the floor price went to 8 ether, something that got minted for 0.08 ETH. The floor price went to 8 ether. So I was like, oh my god, I got that FOMO. And I was like, no, 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 no. When is the version 2 coming in? I want to get in the version 2 and be sure that, I get the maximum possible. And then when the version 2 came in, I got into the whitelist. But when the mint was happening, I was not at my home, I was in Pondicherry. I was able to mint only one on my whitelist, and I was like, oh shit, I had the option of minting two, but I minted only one. So as soon as it came in public, I reached home and I went, but in few minutes it was gone. So that made me more FOMO, that okay, this project is so hyped that within minutes it was sold out in public. So probably I should buy another one. And then I bought another one from the secondary market. But after a few days, the project tanked. But now I know, I believe in the project. I believe that what my friends are doing is great. They have come up with a 3D version. They have built up a land on sandbox. They are doing games there and stuff like that. And they are now collaborating with different NFT projects. And then they also came up with the utility that, in case you get the animated version of their NFT. You get to discuss, you get to launch your own NFT projects with their guidance. So basically, my friends, if I want their time and if I want them to suggest, hey, I have this idea and I want to this and I want to launch this NFT project, of course their time is precious. They cannot be giving this time to everyone. But because I become an NFT holder, I get that guaranteed access to them where they will guide me through launching my own NFT project, then that becomes very valuable for me, right? So all the things, because I'm related to this community, I have been through all this and I know that this community itself is important, and this community is definitely going to do something great in the coming time. So it really did not matter if, the value went down, because I know this is just temporary. This will again come up, and it will all make sense, because the value I'm getting out of the community is far more important than the monetary value of the project in itself. So yeah, this is one way of seeing it, and this is how I've realized. So I'm not someone who has realized just by seeing the projects from outside, but I'm someone who's lost money and who's also invested money, who's also gained money in the NFTs, and that's how I've learned, and that's how I want all of you to, go along with this thing in my journey. And I hope I'm able to add value every day when I come and talk to you. And you guys have been such a lovely audience. I hope I was able to guide you and you got some value out of the session today. If you did, if you do have some questions, you can type it now, or if you want to ask me anything, you want to get connected to me personally, you can consider following me on Instagram or YouTube or LinkedIn. Instagram and LinkedIn is where I am most of the times. That's where you will find me. I create content for crypto and NFT, and I make it entertaining in a way that people understand it in the most simplest manner possible. So, yes, this was all for today. Have so many hacks and other things to talk about, but I have my next Creator Live, which is going to happen tomorrow, Saturday, at 5 p.m. I guess. But you can follow me on Creator to be updated with that particular news. So if it made sense to you, consider following me here, consider following me everywhere else. And if you want to get in touch, you know where to do that. And thank you so much for being such a lovely audience. It's always been a pleasure to be interacting with all of you. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you. Thank you for everything. Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Ciao, ciao. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.